welcome everyone. If everyone can take a seat, we're going to get started. Hello everyone. We're going to get started. If you haven't gotten a seat, please take a seat. All right, everyone, welcome to your Goodman orientation and welcome to the Goodman School of Business and to Brock University. So I'm just going to do a brief overview of what to expect today before I invite our first guest. So you're going to have a welcome from your dean and from your associate dean as well. You're going to hear from one of our alumni, very recent alumni, to talk about what you want your Goodman experience to look like and how you can start making that happen even right now. We've got some giveaways. We're going to go over some of Goodman's services and resources. Going to give you some tips to succeed as new students and starting on your career path here. And we're going to give you a little bit of information about the Goodman student experience. So get comfy. We've got a lot of great information for you today. And right now, I'd like to welcome our Goodman School of Business Dean, Dr. Barry Wright.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. So sitting in the back row, can you hear me? Your troublemakers up at the top, you okay? Yeah, okay. I'll see some afterwards. So welcome to Goodman. You're going to learn many, many things here, but I know you're already going to be successful. And why? Because you are excellent decision makers. You know why I know you're excellent decision makers? Because you chose Goodman. Well done. You are going to hear lots of reasons why Goodman is a great school as we go forward. So I'm not going to touch on a whole bunch of them, but you will hear some of the key messages on why and where we are going and why you're going to be so excited about being a member of Goodman. But one of the key reasons why I chose Goodman a few years back, but why I chose Goodman was because it is truly a community. And the people that are here will make you feel like very much a part of that community. So this is a wonderful, wonderful place to study. Goodman is within the collective Brock environment. So I want you to get started about building your community because that's really important for us to do that. And I'm going to teach you a little thing called FORM. So F-O-R-M. Okay? So the F is family. All right? Everybody got one of those? Probably? Okay, good. All right. Okay. Occupation. It's kind of what you'd like to do sort of while you're here, what kind of your dreams might be. And then R is recreation. What kind of activities do you like to do? And the M then is the message. The message, because you're going to talk to your next door neighbors, 1, 2, or 3 people around, and you're going to talk about that. And the idea is with the message is you're going to find at least one way you are connected to that individual. Okay? I was talking to a couple of baseball fans up there. One's a Yankee fan, the other's a Boston fan. If you don't know sports, they shouldn't be sitting beside each other, right? But they got to find another way that they're connected other than they like different baseball teams, all right? So talk about family, talk about an occupation, what kind of things, talk about your recreation, and find the message one way you're connected. Everybody got that? You might have to turn around and introduce. Oh, by the way, you might want to say your name as well when you get started. Always good to get started. All right, talk amongst yourselves. Go. pass the test?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
High marks.
High marks. If you're not ready to interact, if you're not ready to chat, if you're not willing to get to know people, then you're not going to do well in Goodman. I look around, everybody's going to do very well in Goodman. Well done, everybody. So, hey. So a couple of messages. I'm going to talk about three things. The first one is a little message that I got when I was about your stage and age and life, and it was, you are all responsible for your own good time. Right? So in other words, the things that are going to happen, it's going to be up to you. It's changed. You have now moved. It's a great big leap a little bit from where those high school days are. You are now at university. Welcome. Welcome to university. So it's going to change. Your attitude towards your studies and everything else is going to have to change a little bit. So you're responsible for your own good work, your own good time. All right? It's been a very interesting last couple of years. There's no generation that has had to go through what you've had to do in the last 50 years, right? No generation has had to go through the challenging times that you did. So congratulations that you have survived that. And we're going to talk about some of those very important values that we have at Goodman because of that. And you've gone through that. It's going to be tough. It has been tough. All right. So you know you're accepting challenges. This is going to be a new challenge. If you're going to succeed, it's going to be up to you. So you're going to have to be responsible for your own good time as we move forward. Second point, key one though as well. Do not suffer in silence. It's going to be a challenge, and if you are having some challenges, that's one of the things we do wonderfully well at Goodman is we support our students, right? So you're going to reach out to each other. You have now made some new friends there. They're going to be part of your support network as you move forward, but we are also here. So if you are having a challenge, any kind of challenge at all, come and see us. We're here for you. You are part of Goodman, right? You are Goodman. So that's the key message in there. You're going to be responsible for your good time. Do not suffer in silence. We are here as a community to help each other out. All right? And you'll hear more about these kind of stories and connectivity that you can have coming forward. The third message I want to do is to let you understand who Ned Goodman is, Dr. Goodman. To make sure I'm hitting the right button to move us forward. No, I'm not. Hopefully it's that one. There we are. The Goodman School of Business. Just a sad story. On the 7th of August, we lost Dr. Goodman. He passed away, and it was indeed a sad day. I was able to represent the whole Goodman family at his funeral. It was a powerful, powerful funeral. Each one of his 4 sons spoke, and I was both laughing and crying at the same time. And it was powerful when they were talking about who Ned Goodman is. I think it's really important that you understand who Ned Goodman is and how Ned not only lent his name to us, but his reputation and his values. And they're very near and dear to us within the Goodman School of Business. So a couple things up there I truly like about. I'm an optimist because I never met a rich pessimist. All right, so think about that. So you're going to look for opportunity, and that's what we do at business schools. We look for opportunities. What's out there? Yes, there's lots of things coming around, but what's the opportunity you might be looking forward as you move forward? And that's Ned's there. That's his message to us. Find the sweet spot. Find those opportunities. We must be on a program of perpetual learning. You are already lined up with that. You are here. You're ready to put the next 4 or 4.5 years or 5 years, depending on which programs you're in, into your life, to be able to develop who you are. And that's Ned saying, but it's not going to stop with Goodman, so you're going to continue. We want to create in you that thirst for knowledge, that thirst for getting better, that drive to succeed. And that's what we're going to be doing at Goodman. Thank you to Ned. And again, he was a powerhouse, a philanthropist, and so on. The day he announced that it was the Goodman School of Business was one of the most exciting days that we've ever had here. He was surrounded by students. It was marvelous. He loved hanging with you. That's why he put his name forward, is because you could see the energy and excitement that was in the room. So, Ned, we are going to miss you. I have to finish with one little story about Ned. We had the Canada Summer Games here on campus, and the Goodman School of Business was the host. That's where all the mission teams were. And we were all filled with all the mission teams. The athletes were coming. It was a wonderful, exciting, dynamic place. On early the Monday morning, just after Ned had passed away, all the fire alarms went off in the Goodman School of Business. Fire trucks came from everywhere. They searched around. There were no reasons why the fire alarms went I have a theory. It was Ned showing up one more time. Give a big shout out to the Goodman School of Business, let everyone know that he's right here with us. So it's going to be an amazing next year for you. It's going to be an amazing next 4.5, 5 years, or whatever if you choose to do graduate work with us here in Goodman. So again, it's up to you. Remember, we're a community and we will support each other. Reach out to that community if you need to, and be thankful that you're in the Goodman School of Business. Learn as much as you can about Ned because he's an amazing person for the school to be named after. It's going to be a great adventure. Let's get it started. On to the next.
So speaking of names, I realized I did not say my name. So my name is Melissa Orton. I'm a student programming coordinator with Goodman. You will see a lot of me. You'll get emails from me asking you to sign up for things. So please do that. And I hope to see you out at some events this year. So next up, I'd like to welcome our Associate Dean Undergraduate Programs, Dr. Jennifer Lee.
I said this many times. Can you hear me in the back? Yes? Great. I said this many times. It's very difficult to speak after Barry. And he spoke so well, then right here I am following behind him. It's just very difficult. It's very challenging. But never mind, I will start my portion. So my name is Jennifer Lee. I am the undergraduate associate dean. So anything that you have challenges, you need support, you have problems, I am your person. So come stop by in my office, stop me in the hallway, introduce yourself, tell me, share with me your success stories, your challenges, your problems. I know, like Gary said, it's a big decision. You made an excellent decision, but it's a big one. And especially in the past few years, we have been on virtual work. We have been online for so long. Isn't that exciting? You come back in person. I haven't seen so many kids in one setting for at least 3 years now. So I am very excited. I am pumped, and I hope you do too. And this morning, I met Mona, I met Sean, I met Louis, I met Manraj, right? So, and in the coming weeks, months, years, I hope I can meet personally with each one of you. It's not because you have problems you need me to solve. It's just I would love to know you as an individual, as a person. Barry came here, he just talked about himself to say he came here because of community, right? It's a family. I came here because professionalism. This is a business school, this is professional school. So we are accountable for our own good time, our own doing, our professional development. So challenging times, we are here for you. We have many services are available for you. You are not alone. In the coming minutes, you're going to see many staff and talking about various services that is available for you. There are resources available. Make sure you take advantage of it. This year, many of you probably already take a BU 101. Through that class, you probably know what wonderful resources you can have. Access those. If those ones don't help you, we are here for you, right? So I am in person, and I will looking forward to see many of you in person. Catch me, get me, grab me if you have problems. Even if you don't have problems, you have good stories, share with me, right? So I want to talk about 3 values here in Goodman. I want to share with you. So one is to do something good, you have to be passionate about it. So can I have 2 volunteers to tell me what in your eyes being passionate? What does passion mean? Passion. Yes.
Helping others.
Helping others? That's good. What about you?
I'd say stepping out of your comfort zone, like in this case, getting comfortable, but taking the initiative and doing it.
Exactly. You need to be enthusiastic about it. You want to be good. You want to be there, and you have a target. You want to get there, whatever it takes. Right? Study is not easy. I tell you, I share with you, the best way of study is to go through problems and we fail. Right? If you have a smooth sail, probably you won't learn much because you know what, you know it already. That's why you have a smooth sail. Right? So obviously we're going to not to fail completely, but encounter issues, right? What do we need when we see problems? Do we just quit? This is not for me, let me find another major, or let me find another concentration. I can tell you every concentration has its own challenges. How do we deal with it? What is the key word?
Perseverance.
Perseverance. Major stuff. Let's look at perseverance, right? Work at it. Nobody was born to know everything. That's why we come to school. Perseverance. Yes. And in the coming years, you're going to find your concentration and fall in love with something that you just find, that's for me. That's for me. For me, accounting is for me. I know, you're saying, oh God. What kind of person? Accounting is very boring. Overwhelming majority of the knowledge accounting is very boring. No? Oh, I love you. Yes. Yes, that's my language. So, you know, you might find passionate about marketing. You might find passionate about the, you know, OBHR, leadership. We have all hosts of concentration. In the coming years, you'll find them, right? Whatever you find, that's your profession. You be passionate about it. When you have problems, perseverance is going to come to you to say, I need to work at it. And I will be that professional one day. And I will demonstrate Goodman values. Take these values with you for the years to come. You'll be always on top with your lifelong study, lifelong learning skills. You will be just successful as anybody can be. So call upon me to help you if I can support you in any way. And I want to thank you to choose Goodman. I'm looking forward to work with you. Thank you very much.
Great. I'd like to welcome our Digital Communications Coordinator, Darby, for a little giveaway and quiz.
Hello, everyone. My name's Darby, and like Melissa said, I'm the Digital Communications Coordinator. So usually that means I'm the one kind of posting different things on our social media or up on the website. So we're kind of going to do a little bit about that and a little facts and things like that, just to make sure you're starting off at Goodman, knowing all the great points and why we are so amazing. So we're going to be doing a little quiz on Mentimeter. So if everyone can pull out your phone, you can either scan the QR code or you can go directly to the website, and then you're going to enter that code in. If the QR code doesn't work for you, you can just Google Mentimeter, and then on the home page, you can enter the code as well. Okay, so I've got over 200 of you logged on now. Show of hands if you're still needing more time to get on. Okay, I'll wait a couple more. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be a quick little quiz testing your Goodman knowledge. You're going to want to pay attention because I've got 3 fun little Goodman swag prize packages up for grab. Yes, it's a hot commodity. So the questions are going to come up on the screen. You're going to have a chance to read them, and then once the answers are there, you'll have about 30 seconds, so you got to be pretty quick. But the faster you answer, the more points you're going to get. So you want to make sure you're right on the ball as soon as the questions come up. Okay. Everybody ready? Perfect. Oh, okay. How many undergraduate degree options does Goodman offer? So that one is maybe a bit of a confusing one because we have 3 degree options and then we have our co-op options on top of that, but our 3 base options was our correct answer there. So a bit of a trick one to start you off. Question 2. Which is Goodman's newest course? Awesome, you guys are good. So, we've got a pretty close race right now, so you gotta doing great. Question 3. Beta Gamma Sigma recognizes the top what % of Goodman undergraduate students as top business students in the world? It's the top 10%. Which of these services is not offered through Goodman? I feel like I'm in the middle of the screen. So Goodman offers all the rest of the services, and then the health and dental is through Brock Central. go on an international exchange too. So right in that middle pocket is how many? They have about 50 partners. So anyone that said 50 to 60 got it correct. How many concentrations are there to choose from in the BBA program? We have 10. Ooh, we've got somebody out in front. Oh, we've skipped. Sorry, my bad. Where do the majority of our Goodman Co-op students work? GTA! Okay, so we have a couple more. You guys are quick on this one. So this is just kind of to show where the rest of you are kind of living, so you know where your classmates are going to be. Looks like we have quite a few coming in. Village and DQ are quite popular and a lot of off-campus. It's great. Now we're going to do in one word, what are you most excited for this year? Sports, clubs, okay, learning, friends, networking, new experiences, good. I see some interesting ones, but that's okay. Okay, we'll go with clubs as the main answer, thank you. And then what class are you looking forward to taking? Interesting. There's quite a few accounting ones, good. French, marketing. A lot of people taking astronomy this year, I see. Okay. Let's see who won. Nice, congratulations. So whoever were the top 3 people, Carl was second, Jan was third. I have prize packs for all of you if you want to come down and grab them.
Nicely done. That was good.
That was great, eh? Good job.
So now I'd like to welcome our Alumni Keynote, Sequinder Gill, to talk about how you can think about what you want your Goodman experience to look like.
There are a lot of people here. Wow. Okay. All right. Honestly, first, I just want to carry on from where Barry left us off with the engagement. Guys, I want each and every one of you to give yourself a round of applause. Pat on the back. Okay, so I want to have a little bit more of a, I guess, a controversial start to this engagement. I'm going to do something that probably no other lecturer or professor is going to ever say to in a lecture hall. I need each and every one of you to pull out your phones, and we're going to do another Mentimeter. I know it's a little bit basic, but I just need to do a quick engagement with you guys, get you guys all awake. Nah, man, there's no prize for this one, unfortunately, but there's another giveaway, All right, just use the code. I know the scan wasn't working before, so I'm just going to present here. And when you guys are ready, just put in the code, start putting your responses. Everyone, you guys all chose Goodman. But now I just want to get a pulse from each and every one of you. Why did you guys choose to come to Goodman specifically to pursue your business career, or I guess education in this case? So very respectable answers. I like it. Okay, fair enough. All right, I only got like 10 minutes up here, so I'm probably just gonna speed through it. Gonna go through to the next question. All respectable answers, I love it. Main one's being co-op, money and co-op. Very respectable answers. Okay, so everyone knows that they want to pursue business in some sort of way, but what I want to know now is, once you guys leave business school, what do you guys want? Oh my God. Please guys, please, don't do that. Don't do that. Money, CPA. Start my own business. Okay. Become rich. That's very much a possibility if you're going to become a Goodman. I'll assure you that. LeBron. Okay. All right, guys, I might have to cut it short here. We're having too much fun with this Mentimeter. All right, guys. So I guess I got a sense of why everybody's here and what they want to do after they leave Goodman, right? So I know I started my first year because I graduated last April. It's part of the 4-year program. So I started in 2017. So when I first started here, I had like a general sense of what I could do here at Goodman. I had a general sense of what's possible after I leave. So me being a naive first year, I want to also try and bestow some advice to each and every one of you. And if you guys have ever heard like the concept of, the limited belief, always push what you think is possible for yourself. That's essentially what I want to instill in each and every one of you here. So the top answer as to why each and every one of you want to come to Goodman was for money and co-op, which, kind of go hand in hand together. Very respectable answers. So what I wanted to show you is what's possible in terms of what other people have done during the co-op terms or even after they left Goodman and where they've essentially been. Okay, so guys, check this out. So each and every one of these companies here has a story for me personally. Everybody that has worked in each and every one of these companies is actually a part of my network. These are people that I've either studied with or also recent alumni when I was here at the Goodman School of Business. So some of these companies you guys might recognize, Nike, Accenture, Wealthsimple, Scotiabank, the big banks, Big Four. I know if there's any accounting students here, that's probably your dream to work at the Big Four firm. But otherwise, this is essentially what is possible. These are also all people that if they are upper year students, if they are also alumni, these are actually people that are in your network as well. I couldn't even tell you how easy it is to get a hold of an alumni member from the Goodman School of Business or an upper year student and actually get a take on what the recruiting process is like, what are the jobs like, and even getting a sense for what their day-to-day jobs actually look like. So guys, if you guys are ever interested in working at one of these companies, guys, just go on LinkedIn, you can search it up, and you can find people that were just like you sitting in this lecture hall years ago that were actually able to get into some of these places here today. So now that we know each and every one of these jobs, I know for me personally, I work at Deloitte right now, I'm a consultant. One of the best parts about my job is, of course, working in Toronto, working in the big city. If I were to say one thing specifically about, the coolest thing about working in the big city, it's not really the bars or the fancy restaurants, anything like that. For me personally, it's that there's people always filming movies and TV shows in downtown Toronto. So I know, for example, I work around Bay Street, Bay and Adelaide. That's like, the financial sector of Toronto. So you always see people filming like, those super business scene movies and stuff like that. Just to give an example, does anyone here ever watch Suits? I don't know if I'm speaking to the right demographic here. Yeah, perfect. If you guys have never watched Suits, it's about, a bunch of Harvard graduated lawyers working in Manhattan, and, the best lawyer in the show actually never even went to law school. I know it's a little bit of a controversial answer, but Mike Ross is probably the best lawyer in that show. If you guys actually never knew this, they filmed a lot of their scenes in Toronto. So for example, if you guys know the lobby scene, that's actually filmed in the KPMG building in downtown Toronto. The office scene, that's in EY. And I was actually talking to one of my managers, and he was actually in the background of one of the scenes. If you ever ask him, get a hold of him, you can actually know what episode and what timestamp he was in the episode for. But yeah, guys, you always see that stuff kind of happen. So now that, I'm touching on Suits and stuff like that, I know that they're all Harvard lawyers. Anyone here ever want to do their JD? Anyone here an aspiring lawyer? Yeah, we got a few hands raised, Anybody here ever want to do their MBA eventually in the future? Got a few more hands. Okay, so the reason why I actually bring that up is because I know a couple people in my network personally who are actually doing their MBA right now or even their JD. And the reason why I actually also brought up Harvard is that we have a Goodman alumni as of right now who's studying at Harvard Law. He used to be a consultant at Accenture, and now he's doing his JD at the Harvard Law School, McGill, and then also other prestigious MBA programs as well. These are all people that are in your network. So this is just to show you also the realm of what's possible. Again, if you guys are looking towards going back to school after undergrad, I know my dad's always pressing me to go back and do my MBA. I know some people also in the responses before want to start their own business. Anybody here ever have aspirations of starting their own business or come from a family where either one of your parents are an entrepreneur? Just get a show of hands, perfect. So also want to get a sense for this as well, because there's actually a lot of ways that you guys can get involved and actually start a business while you're in business school, and also learn from other business owners that have either graduated from Brock or graduated from Goodman. So I just want to spotlight a couple of these here. So looking at some of the firms of us here, these are all people who are Goodman alumni. If you look at Spark Power is actually publicly traded on the TSX, and each of the founding members are actually from Brock University. Looking at Framework Venture Capitals, if you guys, any one of you want to be a venture capitalist, the managing partner is also a Goodman alumni. Moores and Stark, one of the top Salesforce consulting firms downtown. Expert VR, Drew and Evan, these are actually two people who have recently graduated. They started their own firm, and they started while they were studying here at the Goodman School of Business. So you guys can always go to the Goodman Group, get your business started, and these are just some of the ways that you guys are able towards doing it. So I touch on a lot of things that you can do while you're here, also while you leave Goodman, but I also want to talk about some of the fun aspects as well. So I know we're talking about MBA program before. Has anyone ever here went to go abroad? Say for example, travel to Bali, travel to Greece. I know there's some people who show of hands. Who's ever wanted to travel to Europe, have some favorite travel destinations that they want to visit to? So anyone shout out right now, like a favorite travel destination. Where do you guys ever want to travel? Sweden? Italy? Switzerland? So I want to also expose you guys to, I know we're going to be touching on this a little bit later with some of the other speakers, but the exchange program. I have a couple of my friends right now I have a friend right now, his name is Bill. I know some of you probably know Bill very well. He's in Singapore right now. He actually went to Bali this weekend because he's on his exchange. So not only can you go to some of these amazing programs at these countries, but if you're studying in Europe, or if you're studying in Asia, it's very easy to get around and go do some traveling. And plus, it's a lot cheaper to do when you're a student, and it's also a lot harder to do after you graduate. So definitely take advantage of this while you guys are still here. So guys, I showed you everything that you can do here with respect to exchange, your education, what kind of employment opportunities you can have, what kind of self-employment opportunities that you can have. But now I just wanted to get into, who am I? And also just, it's not necessarily about me today. Of course, I graduated last April. I started at Deloitte. While I was here at Goodman, I have plenty of contributions to the business school, being a Goodman DECA president, being a part of JDCC in a leadership position, founding my first case competition, and then otherwise, winning plenty of case competitions. So that's a story for another time. But it's not about me today. What I want to see is more so what I can give to each and every one of you. Guys, everybody here that's going to be a speaker at Goodman Orientation is pitching to you what kind of services that they can provide, right? So what I want to do for each and every one of you is bestow some advice, whether you guys, don't want to give too much generic advice, like don't pull all-nighters, because I know you're going to do that. Don't, party too late, whatever it may be. But I want to bestow some more so generic advice that will get you through business school and will make sure that you get the most value out of business school as well. So the first point here is to be genuine, right? In business, it's all really about relationships that can get you to where you want to be, right? So what I expect out of each and every one of you is be good to everybody around you, and they'll be good to you as well. Because once you leave business school, as you can see here in this room, there's about 200, 300 people, right? Business school is very small and it's very close and tight-knit. Just like what Barry was mentioning in terms of family, right? So be good to each and every one of your peers. They'll be also good to you as well. And trust me, there are definitely going to be people that you're going to be able to rely on in the future. Looking at the next point, put yourself out there. So a lot of people don't do this in their first year. I know I was a victim of this, but I never put myself out there in terms of clubs, and I never really met anybody, just kind of kept to myself. I know when I was in Goodman Orientation, I just sat like in the back room all the way out there, and I just didn't talk to anybody, because I was super antisocial, but here I am now, right? So I was doing all that catching up in second year. So do things like coffee chat with alumni, join clubs, and also chat with upper-year students. This way, when you build your connection while you're in first year, that'll last you towards the end of your university career and actually set you up for some amazing job opportunities or even any other external opportunities as well. And also just on that touch of coffee chatting, it might be a little bit intimidating to reach out to alumni, getting them to coffee chat, saying, why don't they want time with you, essentially. But I can assure you that ever since I graduated, I've only gotten one person to coffee chat me from the Goodman School of Business, and he was in his fourth year. So my advice, if you guys are looking to get your network started on LinkedIn, connect with recruiters, or if you're looking to coffee chat with people who are actually in those roles. Those are people who are going to have the time, and especially if you're a recruiter, there's already plenty of students that are going to be flooding their inboxes. So looking at the last 2 points, all very interrelated. So push your limits, be open to new opportunities, challenges. So put yourself out there in terms of, different classes, different opportunities in terms of case competitions, whatever it may be. And looking at the next point, playing into that as well, you can only be on the right path if you apply yourself. Now, if any of you have high aspirations to, be rich, of course, you want to make sure that you're actually applying yourself. You can't just go to class every day and then just graduate, don't do co-ops, don't do anything extracurricular, don't go above and beyond, and expect to, make 6 figures out of school. It's just not that realistic. You gotta be able to put yourself out there, network with people. You have to put yourself out there in terms of getting amazing experiences. Everything's not gonna fall into your lap from Goodman. If you actually do want something, then you actually have to go out and pursue it. And that's how you're gonna get to the positions that you wanna be in. Lastly, always seek to learn more. So always just remember that while you're in business school, you're always learning. People understand that, and people, favor that as well. You have to take advantage of the fact that because you're a student, people want to pour their knowledge into you, whether that's alumni, whether that's your professors, your deans, associate deans. Everyone wants to give more to you. So you have to take advantage of that and take advantage of that as much as possible, because that's only available to you while you're in business school, and it's a lot harder if you just graduate and you're a new grad, it's a lot harder to do. So take advantage of that as much as you can. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, that essentially does wrap up my speech. Thank you guys so much for taking the opportunity. Otherwise, guys, my name is Quinn Gill. I'm going to be here a little bit after this presentation as well. If you guys have any questions or you guys want to speak to me, otherwise, you guys can reach me on LinkedIn and DM me anytime. Thank you guys so much.
All right, so now I would like to welcome Co-op Career and Experiential Education.
So good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me. It's one of my favorite days of the year where we get to welcome our enthusiastic students on campus. And I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the services that we have available to you through Co-op Career and Experiential Education. So I'm gonna ask first though, who here is in Co-op? Perfect. So we'll see all you guys this afternoon for Co-op orientation. Who here has done some type of field trip, field experience, co-op, something like that in high school? Okay, so a lot of times when we say the word experiential education, people don't know what we're talking about, but co-op is a type of experiential education and a type of experiential learning, as well as service learning projects. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about all of the great ways that you can get involved and gain experience towards that money that you were trying to get towards in the screen that we saw earlier. So my name is Kara, and I oversee a team of professionals that are literally here to help you navigate your way from today to the day that you cross that stage and beyond. And we are here, please make sure that you leverage these resources, because especially for those, those of you that are in co-op, you're managing even more as you are balancing looking for jobs, working, coming back in. So there's a whole team of people that are that I'm speaking on behalf of today as well. Really what we help do is to bridge that gap between you need a job to get a job and you need experience to get a job, but how do you get that? So that really is how we approach this. One of the things that I think that you should be really proud about, especially within the Goodman School and how we approach co-op career and experiential education, we have people from across the country that reach out to us and ask us, how do you do what you do, especially in the business school? How do you get students this experience before they go out on co-op? One of these moments that I had in my career was when Waterloo came up to me and said, how are you doing this? And it's really kind of a cool story to tell when you have people from all across, even into the States. I'm actually going down into Tulsa to talk to them at their business school about how we do what we do here in Goodman. So I think that you know that that's a really special experience, that you have the opportunity to gain a lot of experience before you even get a job to start. So really within co-op and experiential learning, we're here to bridge theory to practice. And I think that the other thing that those of you that have gone through school and you've seen, it's not just about taking what you've learned in the classroom out into the quote unquote real world, but it's also bringing that back into the classroom so that you can understand when your professor is talking about something, you're like, oh, I experienced that. I did that in my co-op. I did that in my summer experience. We did this in our service learning project. So it really helps you in your learning, as well as obviously going to apply that into the workplace. So a couple just of notes for you to know. We have experiential education program in 100% of our programs. So it doesn't matter if you're in co-op or not, you will get experiential education within your program. And we don't make you wait until you get into third year or second year. Experiential learning will happen right away. Your professors at Goodman are so engaged in the experiential experience for students that they really do love to bring the classroom and the world together and the outside world together. Our goal is to provide students with as many experiential learning opportunities. The last time that we did a check is, on average, students are doing at least 3 experiential components in their degree within every year. They don't have to opt in. It's already built right in, and we work with over 150 organizations in the community for experiential learning. We have a database of actually over 11,000 employer contacts at Brock as well. So we have a lot of outreach and to these same the same alumni that were just talked about as well. Sorry. There we go. So really the benefits is it brings your learning to life. It makes it more relevant and meaningful. It really teaches those important critical thinking skills, the skills that employers are looking for, and what it is that you need to build your career. We help you articulate what those skills are. It's not just about having the experience, but now talking about that and how do you make sure that when you're in an interview that you can tell that story. So the little bit about the co-op program, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because we do have co-op orientation this afternoon, but over 90% of our co-op students would recommend co-op to their team. We have one of the top diversity in co-op programs in the country, and 80% of employers say that they would hire the potential that co-op student for as a potential employee in the future. That is a number one, especially right now. So I have been I've been a recruiter as well. I've been in the talent market. I have never seen anything like the talent market that we are in today. And so that means that employers are looking at ways to engage with young talent. They want to get you into their door. They want to have you there because they see that as a pipeline for talent for them. Then on top of the co-op team and experiential that we have, you also, it's a unique to Brock, is you have your own career office. So Goodman Career is specific to Goodman students. So they are specialized and they know your programs, they work with the clubs, and these are, think about it as your career coach. You know, those are the people that are going to help you when you go back home and you're sitting around the Thanksgiving table, and they say, what are you going to do with your degree? Or that question that I wish we would stop asking people, what do you want to be when you grow up? You know, they're the ones that help you figure out, what are you good at? What do you like to do? How are you going to apply this? So we call ourselves the navigators. They're the ones that are helping you navigate through this. We do mock interviews. So if you have an interview coming up, same thing with in co-op as well, but Goodman Career, they do mock interviews for you. They can help you with your resume. So you have one of those experiential learning opportunities. How do you make sure that that gets on your resume? We have that coaching conversation and we connect you in with industry. So really it's how we tie everything together. It's your interest, your experience, what are you trying to do, what's your education, what are your values, and help you navigate along this career path. So all of these are services that we offer. And you can connect in with us in a couple of spots. So we have team members, we have career assistants at Goodman Gate. We also have career assistants at the Career Zone. So Career Zone, the place, we also have Career Zone, the technology, is right off the market, and then Goodman Gate when you first walk into Taro there. And coming soon, as we are ramping up the opportunity to get all the different experiences, both inside and the class and outside the classroom, we have the opportunity for you to track all of that from today to the time that you graduate, and then you can even port it onto your LinkedIn profile. So this is the student experience record, and I just wanted to note that as you'll be hearing more about that over the next little bit. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop in. You can make an appointment on Career Zone on the Goodman Portal as well. Drop in. And if it's really just a question of, I love this class, what could I do with this? You know, we are the people that can help you understand that. So thank you so much. We look forward to chatting with you, and I'm going to pass it over to
Now I'd like to welcome Goodman Advising.
Hello, everyone. My name is Steve Argyropoulos, and I'm here with
Stephanie Monaco.
And we are your academic advisors for this year. So on our team as well, we have two other advisors that we don't need to worry about quite yet. They're our upper year advisors. Oh. Sorry, there we go. Okay, thank you. Stella Han and Kevin Leong. So they're going to be individuals that you'll meet as you navigate through second, third, and so on as you get through your degree. We also have our manager of undergraduate programs, who you may hear from time to time, but essentially she's responsible, Lainey Wagner, for ensuring the smooth operation of our programs from day to day. So I like this slide. I know why we're all here. This is the end goal. That's the finish line, graduation. It's going to be a lot of work, and along the way, I'd like to think that academic advising plays a significant role in assisting you. This is a new environment, new rules, regulations, program requirements, average requirements, CPA requirements for you accounting folks, graduate school requirements. So this is all important information that you want to be aware of. You know, at the end of the school year, I tend to see some students that say, you know, if I only known that I needed to achieve a certain mark in my major average, I would have perhaps tried harder. Or if I knew that that course was a prerequisite. You never want to be that student that is not getting the proper set of information. And we always find students that try to Google, perhaps maybe ask some random individual in the Tim Hortons line for advice about your academics. Try not to do that, because you never know what information you're going to receive. Is it right? Is it wrong? And we don't want you to be on the wrong side of getting that information. So that's why we're here. We're here to guide and support you. We know all the relevant, and this is what's important, accurate and up-to-date information. So we're located temporarily in GSB 378 and 379. So that's in the Goodman atrium there. And we'll be there for the next part, probably until the new year. But our offices are currently under construction. So once they're ready, we'll have a new location. But for now, that's where you'll find us. Best way to get a hold of us is booking an appointment. That's the best way to get your 15 or 30 minutes of time. But also, Goodman Portal is available. If you have quick questions and you feel like you don't need an appointment, you can always send a message on the Goodman Portal. If I'm not in, Stephanie will be in. Someone will address your question in record time, guaranteed if you use the Goodman Portal. This is what the Goodman Portal looks like when you log in. It's pretty neat. Actually, it's quite a bit of information there. So when you get a chance, you may want to just poke around, log in, use the same credentials that you log into everything else here at Brock. But to contact us, you just click the first link, contact academic advising, send your message, you'll get a response promptly.
So it shouldn't be a surprise, but classes start tomorrow. All right. Wow. Where's the summer gone? Nobody knows. Okay. So just a few important dates there for you in terms of academic advising. Over the course of this academic year, you're going to have dates thrown at you, but these are the relevant ones for us. So tomorrow, be in class. It's better to attend than not. You'll get more out of it. Those who are successful are in their classes and, you know, applying themselves, right? So September 20th. So any changes to your fall registration can occur up until this point. Okay, so that's when your registration system closes for fall. Okay, D2, D1 and D2.
Yeah, and this is important. I've had a chance. I know I've worked with many of you over the summer, so I know our registrations are very solid. But in case you need to make changes, they must be done before the 20th. After the 20th, it is a pain in the neck to try to get a course changed or to try to add yourself to a course.
And we always tell students before they drop a course, please ensure that there's room in the course or the section that you want. The last thing you want to do is put yourself in a position where you'll need to be resequenced, because that can cause a whole other course of problems, okay? And then January 20th, this is when the registration system closes for D3 winter. So you can change your D3 courses up until that date. After that, just like Steve said, it's a little bit more difficult to change those courses and to change your timetable, okay? So once again, always remember, before you change any of your classes, make sure there is room available. If you're looking to make a change in your courses and you're not sure if that is a wise decision or if it will, you know, kind of conflict with, you know, sequencing for your program, please get a hold of us. It's better to know than not to know and do that action and then having to reverse that and not be able to get into those courses, okay? So like the main point of this is, if you don't know, we are here. This is our job. Please reach out to us. Like Steve said, many ways to reach out to us, the portal, appointment. We're doing virtual walk-in advising right now. We're here. Yeah, so just remember that.
And I will mention the winter date. I hope everybody is registered for winter as well. right? So let's not wait till December to try to register for your winter courses, or else we may not get into very many courses if you haven't registered. But for the most part, I think the registration looks good. If there's any questions regarding your registration, you should be in 5 courses if you're full-time, full course load per term, right? So if there are any issues, please come and see us, book an appointment, or drop in by the offices, okay?
That's everything. Thank you.
I'd now like to welcome Goodman Global.
All right, so this is relatively unscripted, and we know it's relatively short. My name is Abbas Sumar. I'm joined today by
Heidi Madden.
And we are really excited to see you. I joined in 2019. I had one opportunity to meet a group like yourself. For the last 2 years, we've been doing this at home. Worse off, we're in the business of transformational life experiences that take you from Canada to multiple countries. For 2 years, that was put in jeopardy, but our dean, our associate deans gave us one clear message: level up your global game. So we're here to talk to you about that today. So I'll stop for a moment. And I said it's unscripted, so we'll see where this goes in about a second.
For sure. So what's the thing that's wrong up here because the number's grown? Yeah, well done. The number of schools you can go to. The point is there's lots. Your program is set up so you can go on exchange. If you're here from another country, welcome. We are your contact. So the message we've had from Sukhwinder, from others, is Goodman Global is here to work with you to make an international aspect to your degree, be that in the class when you're meeting with classmates from around the world, or if you're actually going abroad in year 3 and year 4. How many are BBA? Okay, year 3 and year 4, that's when you're going to go on exchange. We want to talk to you. How many of you are BF? Year 4, you can go on exchange too. That's the point of doing your BAC degree. It works for everybody in the undergraduate program, and we're here to talk to you. If you're in co-op, it's going to work for you. If you're not in co-op, we really want to talk to you about your exchange.
Perfect. All right, so here's a bit of fun stuff. They talked about giveaways a couple of times today. We get to give away a couple of really cool things. Hard currency. So not bags, not basketballs, not hats. We give money out, and we've been blessed because of benefactors such as the late Ned Goodman, the generosity of the business school, and as well funding that we've been able to source through the government of Canada to really drive global mobility forward. So if any of you like getting calls on a Friday afternoon, say you're the lucky recipient of an X dollar bursary, keep us in mind. We're here to transform your experience in a number of ways. So with that, I'll stop, but very much looking to engaging a lot of you over the course of your degrees. We've leveled up our game as the dean and the associate deans have requested. We've launched virtual mobility programs with leading business schools around the world. We've launched interesting dual delivery global master's programs during the pandemic. We've identified new opportunities to level up sustainability as part of both our experiential learning opportunities here in Canada, and then as well with our 50+ partners abroad. We're also interested to hear from you in terms of the experiences that you see as valuable in your learning journey. And we're very interested in creating some of those bespoke opportunities for you. So feel free to get in touch with us. I think I'm in office 353 in the Goodman building, and I believe you're in 354.
We're right beside each other.
I can tell you where my home office is quite well, but yeah, please definitely come check us out. Last word, Heidi?
Last word is, like Kara said, we are here to help you. There is a Brock International office, but Goodman is special. We work with you specifically. We work with business students, keep you on track with your degree. We are literally here to help you go abroad or experience international education. That's our job, and we're really excited to talk to all of you. Thank you.
All right, we're going to welcome Darby back up for another giveaway.
So I have 3 more swag packages to give out. And these ones are to encourage you to follow us and interact with us on social media. So right now I want everyone to take out your phones. Do I have a slide? These are all of Goodman's social media accounts. So we have a variety. They all kind of have different purposes, but right now I'm encouraging everyone to go to our Instagram at Goodman School and follow us, because our giveaway is going to be dependent on whether or not you follow us. So I have these 3 great prizes. The only qualification to be entered in the draw is to follow us on Instagram. So it's very easy. I'll give you guys all a minute to do that, and then I'm going to draw 3 names from everyone who's here. And as long as you're following us, you get to take this guy. Oh my God. Has everybody done it? All following us now? No, okay. Amazing, I see all the notifications coming in. Anybody need more time still? Okay, perfect. I'm going to start drawing the names then. So right now I just have, there's 324 of you registered. I have all your numbers there, which correspond to your name on my phone. So drum roll, please. Okay, so our first winner is Joggin Diwali. Are you here? No? Show of hand if you're here. No? Okay, we're drawing again. I missed out. $176 is T. Williams. Yay! $305. Okay, Ayush Sharma. No? I don't think so. Okay, we'll try again. $95. That is Ryan Clark. No? Show of hands. See? Okay. Killing me. It's not going well. Okay. Please tell me that Kai Wen Lau is here. No. Oh, yes. Perfect. Okay, and our last prize goes to, let's see. $200th person to register was Maximil Lohman. Nice, good. I just want to put it back inside. Okay. Okay, so while this giveaway was for Instagram, you are still encouraged to follow us on all of our social media platforms. We try to post lots of different events, updates, important information, dates you need to know. So you can find all of that on our social media accounts. We also really like to see your smiling faces out on campus. So when you are posting Instagram stories or posting pictures from anything on campus, I highly encourage you to tag us. We love resharing things. We love seeing your faces, and we're just happy to have you on campus and engaging with us. Thank you.
All right, now I'd like to welcome our faculty keynote, Professor Glenn Scrubletre.
So the first slide I'm going to put up is going to be someone just walking. Right? I hear a lot of this coming in here. People are, what's your program? Right? Your BBA, BAC, there better be a lot more hands by the time you get through. I'd like to see a lot more BACs in here. But what's your program? Right? My question is, what's your path? Right? What path do you want? Right? If you look at this, right, we've got the idea that you can have a couple different paths. Easy path is just follow the program, right? Just follow along and just do what you're supposed to do. Right? Talk about that in the next slide in terms of managing that, but do what you're supposed to do. Right? You come here, you've got a whole bunch of advisors, people guiding you through this program. Take your steps all the way through, follow the steps, well-trodden path gets you there. Okay? So, had my speech all lined up. So you ruined me, man, with that poll. I saw something come up and it's just changed it. And I'm going to say something I have never said in a classroom setting. Not once have these words ever come out of my mouth. But it was from the one where it came up, why did you choose Goodman? Why did you choose this school? And one of the ones that came up said easy. I hope you fail. I really do. Right? And not that I want that from you. Right? But if you look at the path, right, the well-worn path, what's beside it? The one with the weeds, right? And I'm like, I laugh because, you know, gonna talk a couple times today about the friendships you're gonna make, the people you meet here. When I first met one of my roommates, he was from Newfoundland, and we were going out to get some food, and he goes, "Oh, keep her out of the rhubarb, bye." And I'm like, "What's rhubarb?" Stay on the road. Don't go in the ditches. Right? Well, you know, there's going to be the path where you stay on the road, but there's going to be times where you're going to go out in the weeds. Right? And so for those of you that said it was easy, I really don't hope you fail. Okay? But I hope you get to the point where you're pushing yourself to the point where you can fail. Right? After I leave here, I'm walking over to the brand new facilities we have on campus, which thank you Canada Games for helping us build these new rinks. I'm an assistant coach with the women's varsity hockey team. I'm leaving here and going to be going over there. And a lot of times what we'll say in training is you can't know what you know unless you go into the unknown, right? Unless you go into those areas where you're not comfortable, where you go into those areas where, whew, I get this copper taste in my mouth, right? My stomach has a little bit of butterflies in it, right? My athletic days, this stomach used to be a little bit depressed, but you get that feeling, right? That feeling of, I'm nervous, right? I'm very nervous. Right? I say to a lot of athletes, are you nervous going into competition? And if they say no, I think something's wrong. You should be nervous, okay? So you said easy. I hope you fail at some point in time to get out of that idea that I'm just going to take this easy path, even if it's there for the most part. Step outside of it every once in a while. Right? Step outside and go into the weeds. Right? Hopefully not in your car, stay on the road, right? Go in your bar. Right? Get into the weeds every once in a while. Because honestly, you've got great people around you. You've got amazing supports with the university. You've got Goodman is, without a doubt, one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life, and it's for nothing other than students. I think I still remember you. Right? I still remember you from going through this program. Right? The student group that you have around you is absolutely amazing. Right? And they're going to help you through the path that you're going to be going down and what you're going to be walking down. Okay? So there are multiple pathways to your success. Okay? And a lot of you are coming in at the tip of the iceberg right now. You know things. Okay? there's a lot that you don't know. Right? And I'm a big believer in swagger, right? And confidence. Right? I have a belief of two things. Technical knowledge and confidence, right? I have technical knowledge. BAC students, when you see me, you learn the technical, you learn it extremely well, right? You give me a test, I hate the dreaded M word. I can memorize things, right? And I can spit it back, right? I've got my technical down solid. But I'm also comfortable with my skin and who I am and what I do, right? I'm very confident. You want to knock me off my game? Go for it, right? Because I know what I know, right? I have this ability to say, yeah, technical, my self-efficacy, my confidence, I can put them together and it's powerful, okay? So tip of the iceberg, yeah, you know things, and it's good to have swagger, right? It's good to have that confidence in yourself. But don't be so confident you don't think, hey, there's nothing I can learn, right? It's easy. I hope you fail. Because it's not. It shouldn't be. You should be in this environment, and you have an amazing environment here with people, right? The staff, the faculty, the supports at Goodman, but even more, the people that are around you in terms of the friendships that you're going to create that allow you to go outside of that and take that path. Go into the weeds, right? This is always a hard time for me coming back into to university because you make really good friendships in school, right? And the start of the term was when I found out one of my really good friends from university passed away, died of cancer, and it's emotional. I'm not going to cry right now. So it's an emotional time. You make friends, okay? I do an exercise with one of my classes where we do time management. Track your time across the week, and I would challenge anybody here to track their time across the week. Track money. How many people have a budget? Yeah, front row people, right? Back row people, get a budget going. And by the time you're done university, you know what you're doing with your money. At this point, time. Know what you're doing with your time. Right? Do this exercise, we map it through a couple weeks, and then always, someone comes up and says, wow, I didn't realize how much time I was spending with my friends. Going out with friends is a full-time job. Right? Your academic career is your full-time job. Right? But the friendships are extremely important. Right? And it's that balance between the two. If there's one thing I hope you can take away from today is you're at the tip of this, right? You're at the tip of an amazing journey, right? An absolutely amazing journey. The supports that you have in Goodman, the people that you have around you, use them, right? And don't be afraid to go out in the weeds, but stay on the path, right? You've got a very clear path to get through to something that I hope is going to be amazing, right? The BAC, I'm not going to make you raise your hands because there's only a few of you, right? CPAs, right? You're going to become CPAs, I hope, right? Well, you've got a very clear path to get there. It takes a lot of work. It's not easy, right? If you were one of the people that put easy up here, shake your head a little bit, right? Because it's not an easy challenge, right? But you can get there, right? Because a lot of what I say is down here, right? In the bottom, the unknown, right? You're going to be going to areas that are unknown, which will then become the known, right? Because once you know it, you know it. Hopefully you can't unknow it, right? And hopefully you get to the point where you're not going to shake me off of this, right? I'm good with this. I'm comfortable in my skin and I know what I'm going to do. Because then you can start to believe, right? And I like this one because most of you have probably seen the Lego movie, right? My daughter's in high school now and she still remembers watching the Lego movie with me. Is it a cat poster, right? Or do you actually have something that you can believe in, right? Believe in yourselves, right? Because at the end of this, like I say, the path to success, it's on you now, right? Those of you that are going to see me in first year, second year, I'll say, I'm not going to hold your hand in the classroom. I'll do what I can to get you through. I'll try and teach and educate as best as I can. It's my job, right? And I love doing it. But I'm not going to be the person that's going to hold your hand and your home with you. I'm not going to be the person to say, hey, maybe you don't want to go out with your friends this night because you've got an exam coming up and you need to study. Right? It's on you. Right? So hopefully you can take that to heart. And I would love to talk more, but I know we're already like a lot over time. So thank you for the person who changed my mind in the speech I was going to give, right? For the people that changed my mind. But don't ignore the path that you're on, but don't be afraid to step off. Because if you notice that slide, both paths are going the same direction, right? They're going to get you to the end. Right? Just have the confidence yourself to get there.
Good luck, everyone. I can't wait to see you around.
All right, now I would like to welcome Goodman Group.
Well, it's quite hard to win with this news, and so I'm at a disadvantage here, going after them and the many great speakers that we've had. Not all our great lead, Barry Wright here, whom I've had the pleasure of learning from for a number of years, and other many staff speaking guests. But what's more important, most important for me, is being here with you and welcoming you all and seeing you all after the couple of years that we've had. Wow, what a couple of years that we've all had, right? So it's great to see the energy here. It's great to see you all, and welcome to the good men and the good women to the school here, the Goodman School of Business. So, and who is Goodman Group? Well, Goodman Group, if I can get this to work, there we go, one more, perfect, there we go. So, Goodman Group, what are we about? Well, we are the community-facing unit of the business school. We bring together the expertise in the form of our esteemed faculty, our special staff, and most of all, our students. The future of the school, the future of the community, here on campus and also outside. And we connect you and connect all of us together to serve the community in the form of providing entrepreneurship support to those of you may have those ideas, building on the belief and the ideas that Glenn just touched on, and taking you to that next step, wherever that may be, in terms of your career. So seeing you folks perhaps in, just fast forward to 10, 15 years, when you graduate from here, you've gone to high-flying careers, and then you're looking for that next step up. That's when we come in with executive education. But also, we come in two ways. So we come into with one way with having you back here, but also in having you in terms of students and also teaching as well, passing on your wisdom onto the next generation as they go through this cycle here. The other area that the Goodman Group focuses on is consulting area, and that is helping our community partners who may be involved in a variety of activities, but in the form of whether it's business plans, whether it's marketing plan, whether it's research, market research, or whatever that may be, building on the great work that our colleagues at Careers and Experiential do, and taking those businesses with their ideas to the next level. And then building on the theme of next level, so the third and final area where we come in, by and large, is the area of entrepreneurs. So your ideas, wherever that may be, and wherever that path may take, and listening to the wisdom of Glenn, stay away from the dishes. So we will hope to keep all of us in the narrow and the straight, and take your ideas to the next level. Our focus is primarily our students, yourselves, the community, and of course the faculty and staff. And how do we do this? Well, we do this through a path of integrity, respect, sustainability, equity, diversity, inclusion, and excellence. And that's why we're all here. It's about excellence. That's why you have all made an excellent choice by choosing this school to be your place to be. So we talked about the 4 services in general, but how can you get involved? So look at this from the perspective of, if you have a consulting background, or if you have aspirations to become a consultant in the future, would love to have you be part of the consulting program within the business school on the experiential side of things, more hands-on components, or if you have that idea that can take you, let's move on to here. The idea that can then we will help you work on your idea and establish a business. That's where a program like Kickstarting Entrepreneurship could come into play. Or if you have that idea and you're interested in pitching it to a panel of judges, similar to Dragon's Den, Shark Tank, any of those style, that's where Monster Pitch, in collaboration with our other colleagues here, comes into play. Or if you just have an idea or have a question, whether it's about consulting, whether it's becoming about a consultant, or someone that's looking for some consulting advice, whether it's about entrepreneurship or any of these areas, just stop by. And either stop by, drop us an email, Teams, whichever path and method that works easier for you would work for us. So any of those would work. And there's the handsome face. That's what my mom tells me every day. So you can reach out to me in any of these channels. I'd love to hear from you, whether it's LinkedIn, email, or any other. Reach out and let me know how I can help. Thank you.
Right, I'd like to welcome Beta Gamma Sigma.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alyssa Nasello, and I am the Accreditations Coordinator at Goodman. I'd like to also introduce my colleague, Bogan Agzali, at the back of the room. So together we run the Accreditations and Quality Assurance Office at Goodman. And so what does that mean to you? So we're looking at what your classroom, what your professors are teaching you, what they're researching, to ensure the quality that you're learning as well as experiencing. So we go through and we collect data and then report on that data to make the best experience and learning for you. With that, there is the accreditation of Aacsb, one of our larger accreditations, and so that's the Association to Advanced Collegiate Schools of Business, as well as the other ones that you see on the screen here. So CPA will be familiar to those, especially in the accounting program. We were recently accredited for the BBA double degree program with EFMD, which is the European equivalent of Aacsb. And then if you're looking at professional designations, as you come to the end of your degree in a few years, you'll look at maybe the Canadian Professional Sales Association. So we have partnerships with some of those to ensure that your programs and your courses are linked to what they require. We also have external assessments that come on campus and review. We report to them indicating, again, the same things to show that there are quality across the Goodman School of Business. And then there's Beta Gamma Sigma, which is the International Honor Society, and that's accredited by Aacsb as well. Membership is lifetime, and so this is something that is based completely on your overall average. So we'll reach out to you in a couple of years. The first opportunity would be in the fall of your third year. And as you learned earlier, it's the top 10% of undergraduate students are receiving that. So hope to see your names come across my desk at that point. Some of the benefits are lifelong recognition. It's something you can put on your resume and talk about in future job interviews. There's networking and leadership opportunities on and off campus and more. And if you'd like to get in contact with either me or Mosen, you can use our emails here. We're also the general Goodman accreditation email and the BGS email as well.
And thank you, Alyssa. I wasn't planning to talk. My name is Mohsen El-Ghazali. I'm the Accreditation Quality Assurance Manager. And we are the fun part at Goodman School of Business. We are the ones. We are maintaining our accreditation. And I'm sure when you were searching for schools, you were looking for what kind of membership, what kind of accreditation, what kind of designation that we are having. And just one question I want to ask you. Who knows what Aacsb stands for? No faculty.
Association of Advanced Collegiate Schools of Business.
Anyone else? It's Association to Advanced Collegiate School of Business. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
But give the 5% story. It's an important one. Only top 5%.
And we are one of the top 5% elite schools globally. There are over 16,000 schools of business worldwide, and we are among the top 700 schools earning the Aacsb. In addition, we are expanding to the European accreditation, that we earned last year 2 important credentials: BSAS, Business School of Impact System, and EFMB accredited program for our BBA WB. And we have a plan to expand for next year, so wish us all of the luck.
When you're at home at Thanksgiving, they say, well, how's Goodman going? You say, well, Goodman's going really well. I'm really doing well. It's really challenging stuff. And then you'll say, did you know that the Goodman School of Business is accredited by the Acsb, and only 5% of business schools worldwide are able to achieve that standard? I'm going to one of them. All right? Remember that. 5% worldwide, and you're going to one of them. Well done.
Right, so thank you, everyone. I know it's been a long morning. We are in the home stretch. We have 2 more amazing speakers. So right now, I would like to welcome one of our second-year students and a Goodman Ambassador, Marina Schneider. All right, let's see if I can do this.
Okay, hello everyone. This is a lot of faces, more than I've seen in a long time. But as Melissa said, my name is Marina Schneider. I'm a second-year student here. I'm studying in the BBA International Dual Degree Program. I'm headed to France next year, so super excited about that. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about what my first year at Goodman looked like, so that would have been last year, as well as just a little bit about the Goodman Ambassadors and what you can expect to see from us over the next semesters. So when I first started at Goodman last year, I remember feeling like a small fish in a big pond, if that analogy makes any sense to you. I was born and raised in Grimsby, Ontario, not far from here. Went to a pretty small high school, so when I first stepped on campus and I saw all these people in these massive lecture halls, I remember feeling like, what have I gotten myself into? Like, this is just too big. I'm sure a few of you feel like that today, maybe, but I promise you it will all be okay. You will adjust just fine. I also felt like maybe my high school teachers had it out for me. They kind of kept warning me about this scary transition and all these mean professors, all these people you're gonna meet, these harsh deadlines. They really kind of scared me when I was first going into this. So maybe I had some preconceived notions, but I'm happy to say to you today that that was not the case. As you've heard before, Brock University, especially Goodman, has this wonderful community of people that are there to support you all along your academic career. So I'm happy to say that my high school teachers were wrong. Everybody's super nice. So you don't have to worry about that at all. As it will be an adjustment and you will have to work pretty hard to get to where you want to go, but there are people there to support you in every step of the way. As long as you're attending your classes, you're listening to your professors, and you're taking the advice of the professionals that are here to help you, I promise you that you will all have a safe and smooth transition to post-secondary education. If I could give all of you just 2 pieces of quick advice that I felt like I learned in my first year of university, it would be these 2 things. So take advantage of the resources and the opportunities that are provided to you. You're going to see, just even in your first week, there are so many different ways that you can manipulate your degree, so many different people you can connect with, clubs you can join, events you can go to. There's too many to even as one person go to. So make sure that you're taking advantage of the things that you're passionate about. There's just too many people on campus for them to individually reach out to you. So it's up to you to take that initiative, to get involved with the things that you really, really want to work for. I promise that if you do this, you'll start to recognize people in the hallway. You'll start to feel at home in certain places. And before you know it, the Brock campus will basically be like your second home. I'm sure most of you are living in President, so it will be your home for the next 8 months, just with the occasional home visit. My second piece of advice, maybe people have told you this before, but buy a planner or some form of agenda. Write all your due dates out and make to-do lists so that you'll never miss a deadline for the entire semester. And I mean, that's the most important thing, right? Like getting your work on time. So I think if you follow just those 2 simple pieces of advice, you will definitely have a lot of success, both in fall semester and winter semester. I also found that throughout my studies, Goodman School of Business was especially here to both teach me a lot of things and support me in my personal endeavors. They've taught me that enthusiasm and dedication will go a long way in your studies. If you're applying for a job or a co-op position, or even to be a part of a specific club, If you are passionate and enthusiastic about what you're applying for, even if you're not the most qualified person, you will stick out to that recruiter or whoever they may be. And even if you don't get that initial job, I've had people reach back out to me and say, you might not be the most qualified and we did go with someone else, but we want you on our team. Would you be interested in this other position? And that way we both kind of get what we came for in the first place. I also was taught last year that teamwork is so important. It is so important to look around the room and just see who you're going to be going through this with. You want to build a support system of your peers so that you can work together on assignments, you can study together, because it is more individual than what you're used to. But if you build a support system of your fellow students, you will just have the people around you that you can all push each other to success. In turn, Goodman has supported me in my personal endeavors just in the past year by allowing me to get experience outside of the classroom, as we've already heard, and also allowing me the opportunity to individualize my degree. So although you might be all in this general path, as we've heard before, if there's something specific that you are interested in, I can guarantee that the resources exist for you to pursue that individual endeavor, whatever it may be. There are so many clubs on campus where you'll be able to meet like-minded students that will be able to provide you with those opportunities to maybe network with professionals or attend conferences or even go to competitions where you can hone your skills. If you're struggling to find those like-minded people, the resources also exist to start your own club and draw those like-minded people to you. So I encourage you to pursue your passions and go with whatever your heart desires. The resources exist at Goodman for you to make your degree whatever you hope and dream that it will be. The last thing I want to share with you is just a little bit about our Goodman Ambassadors. I'm going to change the slide now. So our Goodman Ambassadors are a group of undergraduate and graduate students that have all applied specifically for this role. I'm sure you met a few of them just out there at the doors. You'll be seeing us all around this week and for the rest of the semester at different events that Goodman puts on, as well as on our social media. You can recognize us by our lovely little badges that we will be wearing here. If you ever see us in the hallway, you have questions, or you want information about a certain event, we are the people that you want to talk to. We are the friendly faces that you always know that you can come to, and we'll hopefully have the information that you're looking for. And if we don't, we know the people that we can talk to get your questions answered. We will also be in the Goodman Gate. We've heard about that already. If you're heading to the main campus from the Plaza building, that hallway, the glass hallway that you can see raised above, we are just past that hallway and just on the side there. So if you see us with our badges on sitting in Goodman Gate, feel free to come up to us, even if you just want to say hello. I'm sure we'd all be glad to chat. That is a one-stop shop for all of the questions that you need answered. I know personally that I would love if you stopped by to say hello. I'm always looking to meet new people. I hope that I can be a friendly face to you in the hallways. Please don't hesitate to stop and talk to me if you see me around campus. And thank you all so much for listening to what I have to say.
All right, please help us welcome our last speaker, our BSA President, Business Students Association President, Aiden Wamsley.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Melissa. So as mentioned, my name is Aiden Wamsley. I'm the president of the Goodman Business Students Association here at Brock University. You're going to have an opportunity today to, walk around and look at so many of the amazing clubs, and I'm going to be able to show you what Goodman has to offer and what our business clubs have to offer. You're going to hear me say BSA so many times, and as I mentioned, that stands for our Business Students Association. Now, that's so much more than just clubs. Here at Goodman, connection is something that is so important. You're going to do amazing in your classes, I have no doubt, but you're also going to want to be able to make those connections, those memories, and also those industry networking events that are really going to be able to provide that experience to stand out from the rest of the crowd. So what is the BSA? We're providing Goodman students with unforgettable experiences. As I mentioned, this is more than a club. It's an experience that you're able to use throughout your year. So you're able to network. We have networking opportunities to connect with, whether it's peers, industry professionals, or faculty members. The amount of times that I've been able to go to a lecture hall in a class and see an individual maybe I've worked with before in a project, and then go to a BSA club or organization, an event, be able to work with them outside has really been able to foster my connections and also my ability to really work in a professional environment and hone my own business skills. We also have amazing workshops for academic assistants. Say you're in accounting, say you're in finance. Maybe you could go to our ASA or our Brock Finance Innovation Group, investment group, to be able to work with them, hone some specific skills, connect with one of those industry professionals, and get your name out there. And lastly, we have specialization growth. You're able to learn, build a team, work within a team, and then also, as I mentioned, you're able to use real world skills, whether that's eventually in a co-op position, whether you're working just with friends or peers, you're able to bring those skills you learned within those BSA organizations back into the classroom. So we have 9 amazing and unique organizations. We have the BMA, which is our marketing organization here at Brock University. We have the ASA, which is our Accounting Students Association. We have Goodman ACE, which is formerly Goodman DECA. We have Goodman Women in Business. We have our Goodman Data Analytics Students Association. We have our Goodman Consulting Association, our Finance Investment Group, and lastly, our Brock Innovation Group and Goodman JDCC. So I've just thrown a lot of names your way here, but I'm curious, out of everyone in this room here, in high school, who here has participated in a club, maybe ran a club, was a part of their students' council? I just want to get a feel for the room here. Okay, so at least 50%, if not more of us. So this is going to be your next step in the Goodman School of Business to get involved, get your name out there, and ensure that you're making those meaningful connections that are going to last you all throughout your university experience. I have a quick note I want to bring up. When I first came to Brock University, I actually wasn't in Goodman myself. I was in computer science. That was an amazing program. It was great. But there was one thing that I was missing. What was I missing? I was missing that connection. And the Goodman Business Students Association was able to offer those connections and that experience that really made my undergraduate so far such a memorable time. I want to go over a couple highlights for what the BSA is able to offer. We have our Goodman Gala every year, which is a formal event where you're able to network with students, have a sit-down conversation, and really talk about what amazing opportunities you've had throughout the year. We've had our DECA All-Star competition where you are able to have case competitions. We've had our Envision CEO for a Day event through our Brock Innovation Group, where we have an individual who is able to actually go through their case competition and network and actually almost shadow, in a sense, with a real CEO. One of the biggest things that I find that really stands out about the BSA is, we're not doing pretend. This isn't kind of small scale as high school. Maybe you had a big scale high school, but this is where you're actually working in the industry that you want to go in. You're making those meaningful connections, and they're real connections. These are things that you're going to be able to speak about in an interview. You're going to be able to speak with your peers. We have so many amazing other clubs and amazing other events and highlights. We've had our JDC, which is our Jeu de Commerce from previous years, and that's something we're actually bringing back this year. So whether you're into marketing, whether you're into accounting, finance, maybe you're someone who's into crypto, there's always going to be a club or home here for you. And with that being said, I really, really hope to see you here at our Goodman Atrium today. Up until 3:30, we're going to have an amazing opportunity for everyone in this room to come shake hands, network, say hello to some other student leaders, and maybe you can find what club is interesting to you, and we can get you out to an event in the future. Now, who here has used Zoom, Microsoft Teams in the past? I bet you we all have here, quite a few of us. Now, it's an amazing tool. It has many advantages. But one thing here at the BSA that we want to be able to work towards is, reestablishing those in-person connections, obviously, while still being safe, but we want to ensure that we're able to meet every single one of you, take advantage of being in person, and really, we just want to make sure that your opportunity and your events here are memorable. How are you going to get involved? As I'm sure you know, we have our social media. Many of you may have already followed us here, but it's at Goodman BSA on Instagram, or if you're someone who's getting into LinkedIn, haven't made one yet, looking to make one soon, you can follow us here. We've always have amazing tips that we're able to reshare there with you. We also have our website, which is www.goodmanbsa.com. As I mentioned, we have our clubs fair today until 3:30. It's just at the Goodman Atrium over here. There's no way you can miss it. And I really hope I'm able to come out, speak with many of you, and see maybe what club is interesting to you. Tomorrow we also have another clubs fair, which I'd love to see you out at. And you can follow our Instagram to learn more about some of the future events that we have going on. Now, before I leave you for today, our JDC team is almost like the Business Olympics. It's something you're going to hear about so many times this year, as many of the other clubs. A part of our JDC team, we have a chant that we do. It's like a warm-up. Now, I want to make sure everyone's all ready for lunch before we go. I want to make sure everyone's all awake. You all got to be ready. So together, we're going to do a chant together. I'm going to run through it one time, and I want to hear everyone repeat it back to me, all right? It's going to go like this. Who's in the house? Goodman's in the house. Who will rock the house? Goodman rocks the house. Goodman. Goodman. Now, don't be shy. I want to see everyone do it with me this time. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Who's in the house? Goodman's in the house. Who will rock the house? Goodman rocks the house. Goodman. Goodman. Thank you. Oh, I am so excited to see every one of you on campus this year. Whether your program is an BAC, whether you're a BA student, I'm so excited to meet and network with you. Now, before we break, we have one more quick thing to do. I would like to invite Darby up to, we're going to get a group photo here. Something you're not comfortable with, that's totally okay. I'm going to invite you, if you're not looking to have a photo, to head out the back at this time. But if you are looking to get a photo, which I'd love to see everyone's amazing faces in, stand up and squish towards the middle as much as possible. No worries.
Oh, we're leaving.
Cool if I hop in here?
Yeah. Listen, you gotta get the photo.
There you go.
Get over there.
Squish together.
Thank you.
So right now,
I'm just gonna give him a second.
Come on in here, guys. Don't run away. Don't run away.
Okay. Everyone smile. Oh, let's see. Can you guys come? Just, yeah, I can't. And you, Barry's the last person I can see. There we go. That's perfect. But don't leave yet. On the count of 3, can everyone give me like a big wave and a little cheer? Ready? Go. Thank you.
All right, before everyone goes, we're going to have lunch in Jubilee Court, so please meet up with your ambassador out in the hallway and follow them. Thank you.
We were just wanted to introduce